So, in this one, then this disappears and I don't know where it goes, but that's perimeter and integer work. The length of a rectangle is 6 more than the width. The perimeter is 24. Find the length. Okay? So I might want to look at this sheet that I gave you. What I would kind of look at the bottom left box. What is the problem asking? What is problem? What are you looking for in this problem? Yes, Vince. Okay, the length. Okay. So now let's set up a looking for length. So you might put that in that little box where it says what is the problem asking. Okay.
Should they write the problem at the top so they know what they're talking about?
Yeah, that would be good. Why don't you write down the problem up in the top? Okay, write down that problem at the very top, under where it says name and period and all that good stuff. Okay.
So the length of the rectangle is 6 more than the width. The perimeter is 24. Find.
Which is setting up a variable. Let's try to set up a variable. Who can tell me what I should let the variable be? Okay, Justin. Yep, let L equal what? Length. Okay. Now, so 6 more than the width. Okay. So this is kind of weird in that you have 2 variables. We're going to call. Do I have 2 variables? I can't have 2 variables in this. What should I let be the width? W is equal to the width. Alright? So now, what I'm going to do next in this one, and I think especially for these types of problems, it's very useful to draw a picture. Because you can kind of visualize these. So I'm going to draw a picture. That's what I'm going to draw a picture of.
Wouldn't you encourage a picture for every perimeter problem?
Yeah, that's what I said. For these perimeter problems, it's very useful to draw a picture. So draw a picture of a rectangle. Okay? Draw a picture of a rectangle somewhere on that sheet where it says draw a picture, the bottom right. Okay? Okay. So find the length. I don't think you even need this W. I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna kind of cross this out. This might just get you confused. I'm gonna cross out the W for width. Nick, you want to go sit in the hall, or you want to stop talking? Okay, thanks. Okay, so what should I call? One is more than the other, so I'm going to call this side L, okay? And I'm going to call this side L. All right? Find the length. It says that the length of a rectangle. No, look. Length is 6 more than the width. So if the length is 6, let's not do that. Let's do it. It's kind of, what?
Those should be W's.
Those should be W's? Okay. Let's call that W. Let's call that W. Then what do I call this? L, right? L and L. Now if the length is 6 more than the width, okay, here's where it gets a little bit tricky. If the length is 6 more than the width, how could I express the width with just L's if it's 6 more? Very nice. Good. Does everyone hear what Lydia said?
No.
She said L minus 6. You understand why? No? Yes? So this is equal to L minus 6. Because this is 6 more than that. Yes?
You could also do W plus 6.
Right, I know. But we're trying to find the length, okay?
Right, the W plus 6 equals the length.
So you want to do it that way?
I think it's easier.
I think it's easier too, okay? So Okay, so let's change. I agree with Mrs. Lindgren. If this is W and this is W, then the length is W plus 6. That's equal to W plus 6. We just like addition better than subtraction. Okay? You get that? So if this is the width and this is the length, then this is the width plus 6. So now we have a perimeter of 24. So let's, perimeter, what's perimeter? No, that's area. What's perimeter? The distance around, right? So and they tell me that that's 24. So 24 equals, and you want to express this all in terms of one variable. How many W's do I have? I have 2 W's. And then I have 2, how long is this side? What do I call this side right here? W plus 6, okay? And then I have that's a nice equation, okay? Beautiful equation. 24 equals 2W plus 2W plus 6. Now I do math, good? 24 equals, that's equals 2W. What do I get when I multiply this through? What do I get when I multiply that through? Willie? You don't know? What's 2 times W?
You have to do the parentheses first.
Yeah, we're doing, no, oh, you don't check, you can't add, it's all, you have to,
1 W.
you have to distribute this, like this. What's 2 times W? 2W. What's 2 times 6? 12, okay? Now I'm going to combine my like terms, which are all my W's, okay? I have 24. What's 2W and 2W, Blake? What's 2W and 2W? 4W, okay? Plus 12. Now what do I do to both sides? What do I do to both sides? Britt? Subtract 12 from both sides. We're going to subtract 12 from here. And if I subtract 12 from there, I subtract 12 from there. Okay? And then I draw my little line. Now I have 12 equals 4W because this goes away. Now what? Vince?
I don't know if this is what you're doing, but I would do 12 divided by 4.
That's what you would do. You do know what you do. Okay? So I'm going to divide everything. I need a different color. I need a blue here. Ooh, I like this color. Okay. So I'm going to divide everything by 4. Ooh, isn't that pretty? Okay. So this goes away. And what's 12 divided by 4? W equals 3. So I found the width. What's the length? Right? The length is the width plus 6. Yes? Which is W plus 6, which is 3 plus 6, which is 9. So have we answered the question? Have we answered the question? Did we find the question we set out to find? What did we answer the question to find the length? Hello? Okay. Let's check to see if it makes sense. Okay? If this is 3 and I have 2 that are 3 plus 3 plus 9 plus 9, how much does that make? 24, right? Does that make sense? What should be the perimeter? 24, is it 24? Well, so it works. Okay, so you're going to have some problems on your homework like that. Okay, next we're going to look at something new. We're going to look at integer problems. Where is it? The sum of 3. Here we go. You can do this on the back of that sheet if you want. The sum of 3 consecutive integers is 147. What does consecutive mean? Who knows what consecutive means?
In a row.
In a row, one after another. Okay? So if 7 is my first integer, what would be the next consecutive integer after 7? 8, right? What would be after that? 9. How much bigger are they? How much bigger are consecutive integers? They're 1 bigger than each other, right? Than the previous one. So what I do with this type problem, I set up my variable. There's no real picture to draw or anything for this one. These ones are easy. Let x equal the first integer. First integer. So if x is the first integer, what would be the next one after that in terms of x? No, not y. How much bigger is the next one? 1 bigger. So how would I write an integer that's 1 bigger than x? Not 2x.
Why isn't x?
1 bigger. How do I make something 1 bigger? I add what? 1, right? So x is the first integer, so the next integer would be x plus 1. And that's the second integer. Okay? What would be the next integer after that? That is 1 bigger than that integer. X plus 2. Okay? X plus 2 is the third integer. So now I can make an equation. It says, my problem says, the sum of 3 consecutive integers is 147. Find the 3 integers. Who could give me an equation? Give me an equation. You can do this. Sum. If the first integer is x, what's next? What? Plus x plus 1 plus, keep going, Catherine, x plus 2, how much does that have to equal to? 147, okay? That's a very straightforward kind of problem, okay? Now all I have to do is put all my x's together, okay? And all my numbers together. All together, how many x's do I have on this side of the equation? 3x. 1x, 2x, and 3x's. So I know that 3x, how many numbers do I have on this side of the equation? 3. 1 plus 2 is 3. 3x plus 3 equals 147. Now I'm going to solve. What do I do to both sides? Subtract 3. That's easy, right? Subtract 3. So I'm going to go minus 3. Minus 3. And I get 3x equals 147 minus 3 is 145. Then what? Then what? Not multiply. Divide by 3. Very nice. Okay? Divide by 3, divide by 3. Boom.
You would do
Hey, I knew that. But does that come out? Yeah, that comes out, right? 144. Thank you. Who said it was 145? Oh, Brid fixed it for me. Thank you. Okay. So 144 divided by 3, what is that? 48. Okay. So 48 is the first integer. What's one bigger than that? 49. And what's the third integer? 50. There's 3 consecutive integers. Okay. If I add those 3 together, what do I get? 147. So going back to my problem, does it answer the question? 3 numbers right next to each other that add up to 147. Yes? Okay. Those numbers are 48, 49, and 50. Is that hard? Is that hard? I don't think so.
It's not hard.
Now, one more last thing. If they say consecutive odd or even integers, consecutive odd or even, if x is the first integer, what would be, say x is 5, okay, what would be the next integer after 5 that is odd? 7. How much do I need to add to x to get the next odd integer? 2. So the next one would be like x plus 2. What would be the next one after that? X plus, not 6, x plus 2 more than 2, which is 4, right? So if they say 3 consecutive odd integers or even integers add up to some number, that's the way you'd set it up. Okay? Okay. Your homework, which you will do right now, is page 107, 1 through 9, and 25 and 26. And that's it. You can start while we're passing back stuff to you. Okay?